The January transfer window is beginning to take real shape around IBROX, and there is a sense that movement behind the scenes is no longer just speculation. Rangers have reached the stage where intentions are turning into actions, and that always sharpens the focus for supporters watching every development closely. The talk is no longer only about monitoring situations or keeping options open, but about concrete steps that could reshape the squad in the weeks ahead, both in terms of incomings and possible departures. One of the names drawing attention again is Gima, a player who arrived only in the summer and has already experienced the full spectrum of reactions that come with wearing a Rangers shirt. Early on, there was genuine excitement. Those moments in the Champions League, scoring in consecutive matches, made many believe Rangers had uncovered something special, a forward with instinct and confidence on the biggest stage. Expectations rose quickly, perhaps too quickly, and as the season progressed, the picture became more complicated. Performances have fluctuated, flashes of quality followed by long spells where his influence on matches felt limited. There is context that cannot be ignored. Gima is still just 22 years old, adapting to a new league, a new country, and the demands that come with playing for a club where every touch is judged. His numbers this season, 6 goals and 2 assists across competitions, show there is output there, but they also hint at what might still be missing. Decision-making in the final third, consistency from week to week, and that cutting edge that turns promise into authority have not always been present. What has added another layer to this situation is the growing interest from abroad. Clubs in Belgium have been sounding out his availability, asking questions about his status without any formal approach between clubs so far. There has also been attention from elsewhere in Europe, which underlines that his talent is recognized beyond Scotland. That outside interest has naturally split opinion among the Rangers' support. Some see a player who has not yet delivered regularly enough and believe a strong offer could represent smart business, especially if it allows the club to reinvest quickly during a crucial window. Others urge patience, pointing to his age and the moments where his quality has been obvious. Selling a young player after half a season can feel premature, particularly when the upside remains high. The balance for Rangers is delicate. If a significant fee were to be placed on the table, one that reflects potential rather than just current form, it would be hard not to at least consider it. Any decision would need to weigh immediate squad needs against long-term value, a calculation that often defines successful recruitment strategies. While that debate continues, attention has also turned firmly towards possible additions. Rangers have moved beyond passive interest and have lodged an official bid for a player based in Belgium, signaling a clear intent to strengthen. The focus is on a young left back who fits the profile the club appear to be targeting more consistently now. At 22 years of age, with experience already built up at senior level, he represents the kind of investment that combines immediate competition with future resale potential. The bid itself sits around €3.5 million, a figure that reflects both ambition and restraint. It shows Rangers are prepared to compete in the European market without drifting into reckless spending. The selling club are assessing the offer, and while nothing is guaranteed, there is a feeling this move has substance behind it. This is not a name that has appeared overnight. He has been linked with Rangers for weeks, which suggests thorough scouting rather than a rushed decision. What stands out is how this potential signing aligns with a broader shift in approach. Rangers appear determined to move away from short-term fixes and instead focus on younger players who have already proven themselves in competitive European leagues. This left-back has logged a significant number of league appearances despite his age, showing durability and a level of trust from his coaches. That kind of experience matters, particularly for a club that demands consistency and resilience. Now, physically, he offers presence, and tactically, he fits into a modern profile for the position. There is an emphasis on players who can contribute both defensively and in build-up play, supporting attacks while maintaining structure. For Rangers, strengthening in this area could add balance to the side and provide options that have sometimes been lacking. Alongside the transfer developments, there has been encouragement on the pitch, particularly in how Rangers are evolving tactically. Recent performances have highlighted growing efficiency from set plays, an area that can often decide tight matches. Goals coming from dead ball situations are rarely accidental, and the improvement suggests detailed work on the training ground. The structure, aggression, and discipline shown in recent matches point towards a team that is beginning to understand different ways to control games. Rather than relying on one route to goal, Rangers are showing signs of variety, pressing high, transitioning quickly, and now capitalizing on set pieces all form part of a more rounded approach. That flexibility makes the side harder to prepare against and offers solutions when open play chances are limited. It also reflects a coaching staff that values preparation and marginal gains, understanding that in a competitive league, small details often make the difference. The sense around the club is that progress is being made, even if it is not always reflected in scorelines that fully match periods of dominance. There is still an awareness that games should be put to bed more decisively, turning control into a wider margin. That step remains a target, but the foundations appear to be taking shape both through tactical development and through a transfer strategy that looks increasingly coherent. Beyond the immediate headlines, what really stands out is how these different strands are starting to connect. Recruitment, tactical identity, and match-day execution are no longer moving in isolation. There's a clearer sense of direction in how Rangers want to build and compete, and that is something supporters have been craving. The focus on younger players with experience in European leagues suggests lessons have been learned, particularly about the importance of adaptability and resale value in the modern game. The Belgian market, in particular, continues to draw attention. It is a league that regularly develops players capable of stepping up, and it offers competitive football without the inflated prices found elsewhere. Rangers have benefited from this pathway before, and there is optimism that returning to it can provide both quality and sustainability. Players arriving from these environments are often tactically educated, physically prepared, and hungry to prove themselves at a higher level, qualities that suit the demands of Scottish football. At the same time, internal competition within the squad is quietly increasing. Potential arrivals are not just about filling gaps, but about pushing standards. When players know their place is not guaranteed, intensity rises across training and matches. That competitive edge has been visible recently, particularly in the aggression shown out of possession and the sharpness in transitional moments. These are signs of a group responding to pressure in a positive way rather than shrinking from it. The discussion around Gima also fits into this wider picture. His situation is not simply about form or numbers, but about timing and strategy. Rangers must decide whether his development is best served by patience or by capitalizing on external interest while his value remains strong. There is no simple answer, and that uncertainty reflects the reality of squad building at this level. Every decision carries risk, whether that is holding onto a player who may or may not fulfill his potential, or selling early and trusting the recruitment process to replace him effectively. Supporters sense that the club are at a crossroads of sorts, not in terms of crisis, but in defining what kind of Rangers side they are going to watch over the next few seasons. The emphasis on structure, discipline, and flexibility suggests a move away from reactive football towards something more controlled and repeatable. Matches are increasingly being managed rather than chased, and while that can sometimes feel less dramatic, it often leads to more consistent results over time. Set pieces have become a clear example of this evolution. Where they were once seen as bonus opportunities, they are now treated as a genuine weapon. Movement, delivery, and timing have all improved, and the confidence with which players attack these situations speaks volumes. Scoring from these moments not only adds goals, but changes the psychology of matches. Opponents become more cautious, knowing that conceding a free kick or corner carries real danger. That confidence extends into how Rangers start games and respond to challenges within them. There have been periods where patience was required, moments where the opposition attempted to disrupt rhythm or sit deep. Rather than forcing play, Rangers have shown a willingness to probe, recycle possession, and wait for openings. This maturity has not always been present in recent seasons, and its emergence suggests growth in understanding and trust in the system. Defensively, the shape has looked more compact, with better distances between lines and quicker reactions when possession is lost. This has allowed Rangers to sustain pressure higher up the pitch, keeping opponents pinned back for longer spells. It is demanding football, requiring fitness and concentration, but when executed properly, it can suffocate teams and limit their ability to build momentum. As January continues, every match and every rumor will be scrutinized through this lens of progress. New signings will be judged not just on individual performances, but on how seamlessly they fit into this evolving framework. Departures, if they happen, will be assessed on whether they strengthen the club's position overall rather than simply weaken the squad in the short term. There is also an understanding that development is rarely linear. Setbacks will come, performances will dip, and decisions will be questioned. What matters is whether there is a clear plan to fall back on, a sense that choices are being made with purpose rather than panic. Right now, there are signs that Rangers are operating with greater clarity, even amid the noise of the transfer window. The coming weeks will test that clarity. Negotiations, squad rotation, and fixture congestion will all place demands on the club. How Rangers respond to those pressures will reveal how deep this transformation really runs and whether the foundations being laid now are strong enough to support sustained success as the season unfolds and expectations continue to rise. On the pitch, the next run of fixtures will offer another opportunity to test this progress. Consistency against varied opposition is often the true measure of development, and Rangers will be keen to show that recent performances are not isolated moments, but part of an upward trend. The ability to adapt game plans while maintaining core principles will be vital during this period. As these elements continue to come together, the feeling around the club is one of cautious optimism. There is recognition that the work is ongoing and that perfection is still some distance away. But there is also belief that the foundations being laid are solid. Each match, each training session and each decision in the transfer market feeds into a bigger picture that is gradually becoming clearer, with Rangers aiming to build a side that is not only competitive now but sustainable in the seasons to come, pushing standards higher week by week as the campaign unfolds and new challenges begin to take shape. What is clear is that Rangers are no longer drifting through this period without direction. There is a plan taking shape, both in recruitment and on the pitch, and while challenges remain, the foundation looks stronger than it has in some time. The next few weeks will reveal how firmly that foundation has been set, particularly as pressure increases and decisions carry greater weight, with each match and each movement in the market adding another layer to a season that is still very much unfolding. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. In a twist that's got the Scottish football community buzzing, the battle for midfield dominance appears to have taken an unexpected turn. After weeks of speculation and whispered negotiations, it seems Celtic have been left empty-handed in a high-stakes transfer tussle, while Rangers have reportedly come out on top, landing one of the Premiership's most talked-about talents, David Watson. The name alone is enough to send shivers down the spine of any rival manager, and insiders are hinting that his arrival could be nothing short of transformative. Watson, known for his precise passing, uncanny vision, and ability to dictate tempo from deep, has long been courted by clubs across Europe. Rumours had suggested that Celtic were pushing hard, hoping to strengthen a midfield that has occasionally looked stretched in high-pressure matches, yet sources close to the negotiations say Rangers moved with a shrewdness and speed that Celtic simply couldn't match. Securing Watson's signature in what some are already calling a coup, the implications for the old firm rivalry are tantalizing. A player of Watson's caliber could instantly alter the balance of power in midfield battles, creating a tactical headache for opponents and a source of excitement for Rangers fans. Whispers from the club corridors suggest that the Rangers management have big plans, envisioning Watson as the linchpin of a system designed to dominate possession, break lines with crisp passing, and add a level of creativity that has been lacking. Conversations in football circles speculate that his presence may allow other players more freedom, unlocking attacking options and bringing a fluidity to the squad that could redefine how Rangers approach matches. Meanwhile, Celtic supporters are reportedly left scratching their heads, pondering how the deal slipped through their fingers, and could this signal a shift in recruitment strategy, or is it simply an unfortunate twist in a market full of surprises? As always in Scottish football, the transfer gossip is half the thrill, and this particular saga seems destined to dominate headlines for weeks. David Watson's next steps will be watched obsessively, with fans and pundits alike dissecting every training session, every touch in pre-season, trying to anticipate just how transformative his presence will be on the pitch. Whether he becomes a talisman for Rangers or simply another piece in an already impressive squad, one thing is certain: the old firm rivalry just got a new electrifying layer, and Scottish football can't wait to see it unfold. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned